Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Kat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is Your Life is About to Change. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. Your life is about to change. Ooh, did you see that one pop out? All right, group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. All right, group number 1, you have number 37, resistance, and you also have the yellow butterfly. Group number 2, you have number 46 and timeline. You also have the tiger's eye butterfly. Group number 3, you have number 7, momentum, and you also have the purple butterfly. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one card if you're drawn to more than one card. The most important thing is that you listen to your intuition, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the yellow butterfly, and your card is number 37 and resistance. So I feel like you're definitely overcoming resistance, and I feel like there is a lot of growth in sight for you once you overcome this resistance. And I feel like some of you are just on the brink of overcoming this resistance. Some of you have already taken steps like moving past this. And I do feel like there's some sort of celebration coming up once you have this breakthrough, because you have the streamers here, you have confetti coming down. Another thing that's catching my attention is you have fresh flowers blooming down here. So it kind of feels like, metaphorically speaking, you've been in kind of like a hibernation phase, and perhaps not a natural hibernation phase. It may not be self-imposed. It may be that the universe just in one form or another wasn't allowing you to move forward. But I feel like that is coming to an end for you. So you can think of it going from winter to spring, where things are dormant, to the seeds that you planted are now getting ready to bloom and blossom for you. And then I feel like once you get on the other side of this, things become absolutely much easier for you. It does feel like there may be something that you need to change slightly in a plan that you have, where you're not changing like the entire structure of the plan, just minor details here or there. And that could be the key to moving beyond this restriction that you've been experiencing. But yeah, you're definitely leaving a pretty significant struggle behind. And I feel for some of you, this could have to do with money coming in, whereas before the finances were very stagnant or on a plateau. And I feel that finances could definitely be increasing for some of you. Some of you, I just heard, will be receiving a lump sum for something that you've been doing, or maybe money was owed to you and there was some sort of resistance with receiving that money, but that will be changing for you as well. So that last part there is pretty specific, but I did want to mention that. All right. Oh, okay. That was like stuck on my thumb. I don't know if you saw that, but I think that one's definitely meant for you. Okay, so you have Jaguar. It's number 18, confidence, shining your light, reaching potential, and self-love. Isn't this interesting? And I feel like this card has come up recently in at least one other reading. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I've seen this card often lately. Okay, so shining your light. It's interesting because you have the light shining right here. I feel some of you might be in the spotlight regarding something, so either getting noticed for something or like quite literally in the spotlight, where you might be like if you're on stage for something. So some of you might be musicians, actors, public speakers, anything where like the spotlight is on you, and reaching potential. So absolutely, this is confirmation that where you were once in the dark, confused, stagnant, you're overcoming that. And you will reach your goals with reaching potential. I do feel like it's important that you tap into your intuition. And the reason why that is important is because there could be a very, very slight change in things. So where you can change something, but it's very, very slight, but that little tiny change will end the resistance that you have here. So it's kind of like how you have on the fence, some of these are red and some are green. Well, if they were all once red, just by changing these few little panels here into green, that changes the whole entire picture, right? And so it could be something very, very minor, very, very simple like that, that could change everything and can help you move forward. All right, so you have number 16, bear. Isn't this interesting? Because you definitely felt with your first card that you were kind of in hibernation and you're coming out of hibernation. Things are starting to work to your favor. Springtime is upon us in this reading, or will be soon. So magical protection, inner power, trust, rest, and rejuvenation. You know what I'm feeling for some of you is that you need to take a step back from this situation so that when you come back to the situation, when you come back to the table, you'll have a different perspective on things, because you may be too close to the situation. You may be so focused on the fact that you can't move forward, the fact that there is resistance, that you may not be allowing yourself to think outside the box a little bit and to see potential solutions that may be kind of out of the box, something that may be different than what you expected, but it's still going to get you to where you want to go. Because there's a reason for this resistance. It's not just you're experiencing resistance just because the universe wants to, annoy you. That's not what's going on here. It almost feels like there could be something slightly faulty with a plan that you have, and maybe faulty isn't the exact word. Maybe for some of you, I think it could be a faulty plan that needs to be changed a little bit so that it's more sturdy when you move forward with it. And then others of you, I feel like it's just this one tiny little detail that's going to make things pop. It's going to make things stand out. It's going to make you stand out. And then it's like once this change happens, you really are able to move forward rather quickly. But definitely, as we're seeing this bear out in nature, not hibernating. So I feel your period of rest and rejuvenation, your period of confusion and resistance is absolutely coming to an end. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? So you have number 14, fertility and new moon. Okay, once again, I'm getting this springtime, giving birth to something, literal or metaphorically. Some of you may be giving birth. Obviously not everybody. But yeah, I feel like things are coming into balance. I feel like there is just this beautiful new beginning for you. And I feel like it's gaining traction. It's gaining power. There's definitely like a transition, a transformation that you're going through. So yeah, if you've planted seeds for something, if you've been manifesting, if you've been working towards something, trying to achieve something and make something happen, and you've come upon resistance, I just feel like there is there's just something, it's literally, it just feels like it's so small that needs to change, or something really, really small that needs to happen in order for things to shift for you. So I would definitely listen to your intuition, because I feel like it could be something so obvious that you're not seeing it, or it could be something a little bit mysterious that shows up that you at first don't really put much energy into, because it's not really lining up with how you thought things would look, or it doesn't really look like what you were expecting. So let's say, like, if you see a green butterfly and you were waiting for a yellow butterfly, Spirit is saying that the green butterfly could be the answer to your problems. But if you're so focused on when the yellow butterfly is going to show up, you may miss the whole entire thing, right? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, definitely you're on the brink of a massive breakthrough, I feel. Okay, so now you have rebirth. Yeah, so definitely I feel you're coming out of the darkness. You are presenting something. The universe is showing you the way forward, especially with the owl here. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to things that at first you may not see as very significant, because I feel like they will have significance. You know what I think it is? Why I'm like, something feels like it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not quite reaching my thoughts yet. I feel like the universe with this card, the universe is going to be dropping you little clues, dropping you little hints regarding a situation in your life where you're receiving resistance. So I feel like the universe isn't exactly going to give you the direct answer to the problem. They're going to plant little seeds in your brain, or they're going to give you kind of like a paper trail to find the solution, but they want you to figure this out on your own, because it's something that you need to do on your own. But they are going to help you, they are going to assist you, but it's up to you to kind of put the puzzle pieces together and form a complete picture with what's going on. So I feel like that's why something's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite put my finger on it. If I am able to see what that is, I will absolutely tell you. I don't know if Spirit's going to show us, but I will do my best. So yeah, fertility, rebirth, and there's literally a birth, looks like is taking place here, or about to take place. So have no doubt that things are shifting for you for sure. All right, group number one's life is about to change. What can you tell us about that, please? Okay. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're very worried about something. Now, you know, you may feel like something's not going to happen. Maybe you feel like you made a mistake with something and that there's no way forward. But these are just thoughts. These are just fears. That is absolutely not going to happen. And once again, I'm seeing the moon shining light on you, trying to show you the way forward. Now, I feel part of the problem is the level of, like, the intensity of the worry, the intensity of the fear and frustration that you have. I feel that it's very difficult to see a simple solution, because you're seeing this problem as incredibly complex, which it absolutely may be. But Spirit is saying that there's either a solution right now that you're aware of, or there will be a solution that is so simple and so easy. But if you're here, you're not going to see that when it shows up. So just keep that in mind. Do you see? You have the Ace of Cups. This is that solution. This is you moving forward. This is you seeing the light, seeing the answers. And There's a lightness here. There's definitely a new beginning. It's going to bring you so much happiness. There's a massive celebration coming in for you. The storm is parting. Do you see these clouds? How, like your thoughts were cloudy, things weren't making sense, and it feels like you are just going deeper and deeper and deeper into this Nine of Swords card. But there is absolutely a breakthrough. Absolutely. I mean, look at the difference in these two cards. I feel like this right here, the moon, is the beginning of the breakthrough. It's the beginning of the break in the clouds here. And then there's so much clarity here. You're so much lighter here that you can actually jump over the fence now, whereas before you were so weighed down by something. You know what it is? The simplicity that I was talking about, it's kind of like you were the horse and you saw this this fence here, and so you said, okay, well, I can't move forward. But the simple solution was all you had to do is just jump over the fence. Instead of trying to go through the fence, you just jump over the fence. So yeah, there's definitely something going on with like a simple solution, but you just have to look at things a little bit differently. So we have the Five of Swords. Yeah. Some of you, this Five of Swords, I'm feeling like you're coming up against resistance over and over and over again, but you're still trying to move forward. So it's kind of like you try to walk through the fence multiple times and it's just not working. And so you're feeling a sense of you want to give up. But Spirit is saying that's not really the answer here. The answer is to think outside the box. So instead of trying to go forward, jump over the fence, right? And Spirit is saying that in everyone's case, it's not exactly that simple, but it's just walking away from something that's not working. But a lot of you are still keeping like that general idea. So let's say, for instance, if you are like, if you have your heart set on working in a particular company and you keep trying to make contacts there and making, you keep trying to network and get your foot in the door. And every time that you try to do that, the door is closed. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to listen to what you have to say. And instead of trying to get your foot in that door, Spirit is saying, because you feel like you can reach your highest potential of success within this company, Spirit is saying, have you looked at other companies? Maybe just look at other companies in the meantime so that you can, get a job so that you have money coming in. And then in the future, maybe something will open up for you at the other company. And so you do that and bam, just like that, you get another job. Well, once you're at this new job for a little while, all of a sudden the other company decides to close. So do you see what I'm saying? How you could be coming upon resistance on a certain path because the universe knows that that path is not going to hold longevity with it. And so it's trying to shift your focus a little bit. And so with this other company that you got a job with very, very quickly, you actually rise through the ranks very, very quickly. You get recognized very quickly. There's a lot of celebrations that you have there, and there's longevity there, and you actually reach your career goals much faster here than you would have with the other company. So it just feels like there's something like that going on here. Now, for the rest of you, I feel like there's been resistance. You've been fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's just like a different angle, something has changed so ever slightly that gets your foot in the door with something. So you have the Death card. Yeah, so there's absolutely a new phase coming in for you. Absolutely beyond a doubt. You have Death here, which is right below fertility. So this is showing me that resistance is coming to an end. So Death and Rebirth. You literally have the two cards right here. So Death is here, and then obviously you have the new birth right here, with Rebirth right here. So this is just confirmation for what we've been talking about, that the dark times are coming to an end for you. The Magician card. Yeah, I feel like you have something going on here. So Spirit is saying, don't give up on your idea. Don't give up on this goal that you have, because you are going to achieve it. It's just that you need to be in the right environment for your idea to take off, for you personally to be appreciated. Something like that is going on here. Magician is also showing the rebirth, right? You have number 1 here, you have rebirth here. So a new beginning is definitely on its way to you. So you have the Judgment card. Wow, there is something very significant that's going on with group number 1. These cards are so incredibly powerful, especially like right here. The Death card, the Magician card, the Judgment card, fertility, rebirth. So the Judgment is basically rebirth. So I feel that Spirit really wants you to know that rebirth is yours. Rebirth will be coming into your life. You will have an opportunity to reach your highest potential. You will have an opportunity to see your manifestations coming to life. And I just feel like everything's coming together. There's definitely a theme here of coming out of resistance, coming out of an imbalance, and falling right into alignment with what you have been trying to manifest. So Spirit is saying, with the Magician and the Judgment card, that, and also the Death card, these 3 cards here are so powerful, that your manifestations, your visualization, the hard work that you've been putting into things, that is not all in vain. That, like, you're actually going to be receiving from the universe. And I feel like it's not that far away. Yeah, so you have the Justice card. Definitely you will be receiving what is due to you. These imbalances that you have, which I feel they're pretty significant right now, that is going to change for you, absolutely. You are getting rid of what wasn't working. So with the 5 of Swords, this is that resistance that you're feeling over here. So you're overcoming the resistance. Some of you may not even know what the resistance is or where is it coming from. You're figuring that out. You're discovering what the problem is. And here, with the Justice card, you have, like, you're regaining your power. Whereas before, I feel like it's kind of like you didn't have much energy left in the battery of your goals, your thoughts, your mind, your spirit, your energy, whatever it is. But you are regaining that. You're gaining your power back, your sense of, like, the possibilities that you can achieve this particular thing, all of that, you're gaining energy in all of those things. So for some of you, you will be receiving some kind of job offer. Some of you, something's being removed from your life, like a person, place, thing, situation, thought process, something like that, that was holding you back. And that's how you're gaining your power back. There's definitely, for some of you, contracts that you will be signing, paperwork, ideas, I feel will also be very important. Seeing the light, kind of, because I just keep seeing that Spirit is shining the light on a solution for you. And it just seems to be like the perfect solution. Like, I feel like once this is all said and done and you look back and you say, you know what, it couldn't have turned out any better than how it did turn out. So Spirit says trust, okay, on this card here. Trust that things are going to work out in your favor. Trust that there is a shift that's happening for you. So you have the Page of Cups. This is really interesting because it's going to be right below the Ace of Cups. So this Ace of Cups, actually, I'm sorry, the Page of Cups, there's something like surprising that's happening, something that you didn't expect, something that's going to shift everything for you. So for some of you, I'm picking up, there could be a person that comes into your life that shifts everything, that gives you a different perspective on things. And also with this fish here, remember, so it's like with the fence here and how the fence was once painted red. But then if you stand there and think about, okay, Now, there's resistance here because the fence is red. But what if I start painting the fence green instead of red, right? So it's like you start to think about things, and then you start to really connect with an idea, and then you move forward with an idea, and then you see that that is working. So it really seems like something surprising is happening. It's kind of like a flash of insight in your mind where it's something that you didn't see before. But once you see it, it seems like the most obvious solution ever. It's kind of like, well, why didn't I see that before? But I feel that that in itself is connected to timing with your particular situation. Because there was a delay, because there was resistance, once you shift from that resistance into movement, it's like now you're moving in the right direction, whereas before you were just slightly off course a little bit. Not too far, but just slightly. So it does seem like there's just this slight change that needs to happen. Yeah, look at, so you have the Eight of Wands. So once that little thing changes, shifts, comes together, however it happens for you, things start moving very, very quickly for you with this Eight of Wands. So you have this flash of insight, and then this idea just comes together kind of all at once. You have hope again. You have direction again. I feel like you could be receiving some form of communication, absolutely, with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands that leads to this new beginning with the Ace of Cups. It leads to your rebirth. So you may have a decision to make regarding walking away from something 100% and trusting that this new thing that is coming in is your ticket out of this resistance. So let's see what else we have. The Six of Swords. So like I just said, is your ticket out of this resistance, and that's exactly what's happening here with the Six of Swords. You're no longer stuck. I feel some of you are a little bit reluctant at first to move away from an original idea or an original path, but for some reason, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. It was like there was something just slightly off with your plan. So let's say, for instance, like if you want to move to a new city, and you found like the perfect place where you want to live, like a new home. And you're trying to move forward, you're trying to move into this new home, whether you're renting or buying, and somewhere along the line, trying to move into that particular home is not working. You're coming upon resistance. And you may think, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not supposed to move to this particular city. But Spirit is saying, no, that's not what's going on here. You're still supposed to move to that city, but you're supposed to move to a different home. And I feel that that little shift is all that needs to happen. And then you're moving along, and things move along very, very quickly for you. So it's interesting that you have the Six of Swords, which in a sense is, has some similarities to the Death card, because there's moving away from something, closing one door, which then allows you to open a new door with the new Moon card right here. So I hope this is all making sense for you. The Four of Swords, yeah, so there's an answer there. The key is to get out of the Nine of Swords energy, which is so hyper-focused on the fact that you're not moving, and with the Four of Swords, clearing your energy, allowing downloads from the universe to come in, which will allow you to shine your light, right? So do you see how the light is shining on this person? You have light shining on a lot of things here, including your very first card. So it just feels like you will be receiving insight. And at first you may think this is too simple of a solution. This couldn't possibly work out. But it actually does. So let's see what your last card is. You have the Two of Swords. So there's definitely a theme here in your last two cards of listening to your intuition, seeing things from a different angle, seeing things from a different perspective, not trying to rush things, because if you move forward with something, it could actually take longer if you don't have all of the right things in place than it would take if you sit with the resistance for a minute and try to figure out, why is this resistance on my path? Okay. Now, the thing that I want you to take away from this reading is that you're so close to overcoming this resistance. Some of you, I feel, have already received the answers that you need with the Page of Cups, and you're kind of wondering, should I move forward with this or should I wait out this resistance? Spirit is saying to move forward with the new thing, because it's going to have unexpected positive consequences for you. You definitely have a theme of rest and rejuvenation. You have it in the Bear card. You have it with the Four of Swords. So some of you need to take a break from thinking about this situation. Take a break for a day or two, a week, a weekend, whatever it is that you can do. And I feel when you do that, when you kind of let go of, because it feels like some of you are holding on to the resistance, and it's kind of like this battle with your ego. Like, no, I wanted things to go this way, so it has to happen this way, and I'm not going to let go of that. But the second that you let go of that, I feel that's when you will receive these insights. That's when you'll receive these answers. And that's when things start moving for you. And then you can step into this new rebirth. And I feel that a lot happens once this resistance is removed from your life. So I hope that helped you. There is a little bit of mystery going on here, and I feel that is because Spirit wants you to figure this out on your own. Spirit is going to be dropping you breadcrumbs and hints along the way, but Spirit's also not going to give you a complete direct answer, because Spirit wants you to do the work, is what I'm hearing. And I am seeing that you are doing the work with the Magician card, and everything's going to work out in your favor. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Tiger's Eye Butterfly, and you also have number 46 and Timeline. All right. I am seeing like there seems to be a lot going on here. So maybe you've been through a lot. Maybe there's a lot on your mind right now. I feel like there's been a lot that has led you up to this point in your life, a lot of different phases of your life, thinking about things differently. And I feel at this point you may have a decision to make regarding a new beginning. Some of you may be at like a fork in the road, or you're starting to feel like you're not content with where you are right now or what you have achieved up until this point. It just feels like there's a lot on your mind. There's a lot to consider. Spirit is saying pause and reflect on where you've been, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there, you know, all of those things. I'm seeing like you will receive clarity. And it just seems like there's a lot of new possibilities for you. So you wanting to make a pretty significant shift in your life, and that is going to happen for you. I feel some of you feel like time is running out for something, but Spirit says that is absolutely not the case. Spirit says that you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Everything's going to work out for you beautifully. You just need to give something a little bit of thought. So we will get more information on this as we go along. What else can you tell us? Oh, okay, so you have 3. This one definitely wanted to come out, and I feel like these 2 are first. All right, so you have Blue Moon. Ooh, number 3, wishes granted, rare opportunities, second chances. So the second chances is really sticking out to me, because I feel like, you know, as I was talking over here, some of you feel like it might be too late to start over. And, you know, that fork in the road seems to be very significant. Like, I just feel like some of you want to make a pretty significant change in your life. Look at, you have the butterfly right here. That's amazing. It seems like you're no longer comfortable with where you are or what you're doing, and you want to make some changes in your life. So you will be able to do that, absolutely. And I feel that there is something with rare opportunity. Excuse me. Anytime I cough like that, like right in the middle of a sentence, it usually means that you need to let go of something. Something needs to be released. And with the rare opportunities, Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to release the past and step into something completely new or completely unique, because I feel that that's what's going to lead you to a place of like finding yourself, finding where you belong. And then I feel like where you end up with this rare opportunity, you're going to stay there for quite some time. So we have number 16, Bear, magical protection, inner power, trust, rest, and rejuvenation. Yeah, so what I'm picking up here is like you woke up one day and decided, I want to make changes in my life. I want to change my career. I want to get a new job. I want to move somewhere. It literally feels like you feel like you have been sleeping through the last 5 years, the last 2 years, for some of you, maybe 10 years or 15 years. And you just don't feel like you belong where you've been. So I just feel like there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of transformation going on, especially because we had all the butterflies for for you to pick your group today, and you have the butterfly here. It just feels like you've outgrown something, and Spirit says that, you can have a second chance with things. Maybe some of you feel like you wasted time in a certain career or in a relationship or whatever it is. But what I'm seeing is that there was no wasted time, and there is still time left for you to pursue other things. So trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, and let that guide you. Okay, I'm really curious what this card is. So you have Blue Lotus, Wellness, Healing, Help with Anxiety, and number 24. Okay, so I feel that this is really important for you to stay centered and stay grounded as you're going through these changes in your life, as you're trying to transform your life, because that's what's going to help you through this. I feel that there's a certain part of your life that needs healing, and that healing is absolutely going to happen for you. And some of you may be going into a healing field. Like, let's say if this has anything to do with career for some of you, you may be shifting from just like, let's say like a 9-to-5 office job, just for argument's sake here, just for the simplicity. And maybe one day you woke up and you said, you know what? I'm not really happy doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. And not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But for you, you're like, no, I just don't want to be here anymore. So maybe some of you are shifting into a healing field where you're going to go into, it could be Reiki, it could be sound healing, it could be, herbs and natural remedies. It could be becoming like a naturopath or acupuncture, because whatever it is, I feel it has like a natural organic energy to it. Some of you may want to become like a counselor or something like that. Now, obviously not everybody. Some of you may want to go to those services to help you through this transition. See, that's the other thing. Some of you maybe want a Reiki session or something like that. So just keep that in mind, because this card really seemed to hold almost like the most significance out of all three of these cards here. But it's important that you know that you are very, very protected going forward. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? You have, oh goodness. Okay, you have number 30, birth and new moon. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So there's a new phase of your life. Absolutely. There's some sort of metamorphosis that's going on here. And I definitely feel like you're healing a part of yourself that was damaged, that was missing, that was causing you a lot of anxiety. Your life is about to change in quite significant ways. I feel some of you may literally be giving birth. Obviously not everybody. Metaphorically speaking, you could be on the verge of giving birth to a new opportunity. You could be creating a new life for yourself by moving somewhere, by quitting your job and starting your own business, by changing careers, anything like that. So Spirit says to take your time as you think about where you want to go, because I really feel like there's a fork in the road for most of you, or something similar to that. Some of you may be kind of forced to make a decision for one reason or another. You may be kind of forced into these changes. So let's just say, for instance, if your company is closing and you're forced into looking for another job, well, with that, you may start thinking, oh, well, you know what? I've always wanted my own company. Maybe this is a good time to start my own business or something like that. So it's a very exciting time, but it's also a little bit scary, I feel like. But Spirit says, look, this is the time for you to spread your wings and go after exactly what you want. Yep, look at this here. So you have number 28 and vision with new moon. So isn't that interesting? You have new moon here, you have new moon here. Here on this card, number 30, you have birth. And then here you have a little baby lion, it looks like here. So it's interesting that here you're about to give birth and then here you have a small child. So definitely I feel that there's a process going on here where you have a vision for something. You're doing the research, you're contemplating things, you're figuring out how to make things work, and then everything comes together for you. And then you're going from having the vision to giving birth to this and seeing how it's growing for you. So whatever this is, these changes that you are making or about to make, it's something that has longevity with it. I feel it's something that you will nurture, and you will, like, there's definitely a huge change, a very significant change that you're standing in front of right now. But once you go through this change, I feel like there's a lot of changes within that, within the initial change. So I feel like you're about to go through a massive growth process. I feel like you're going to meet some very interesting people along the way, have some very interesting experiences, some very unique opportunities. And it just feels like a second chance for you to do what you are supposed to do in this lifetime, something that will bring you a sense of fulfillment that you haven't experienced yet in your life. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? How is group number two's life about to change? Wow. You have the Tower card. Very, very significant changes are about to happen for you. Let me set your cards down. I feel like you're welcoming these changes, because if you can see the person standing right here in the Tower, this person is standing in power. This person knows that there's a storm going on around them. And it's almost like, you know what? I welcome these changes because something needs to change in my life. So it's almost like you're observing the environment that you're in and you're not liking what you are seeing. You're not liking how you're feeling within this environment. And it is scary, like I mentioned a few minutes ago. But at the same time, you're ready for a leap of faith. Because I feel that you see the writing on the wall with something. You see that something is ready to crumble, whether it's a relationship, a job, an environment that you're in. It just doesn't feel stable. You see the writing on the wall, and I just feel like you're taking a proactive approach to making changes in your life before everything kind of falls apart right in front of your eyes. And I feel like you're going to be very successful with this because you are very, very powerful. So let's see what else we have. Oh my gosh. This is the Fool. This is the initiate, and this is the Fool card. Literally, I just said that. Okay, I can't even express to you how powerful this is. Let me show you these two cards. Everything that I just said, you see the writing on the wall, and you're packing your bags, you're getting ready to take a proactive approach to change your life, because this here, it doesn't feel right anymore. Something just doesn't, it's not working anymore, and you know that. And so instead of sitting here, you're going to go out there and make things happen. Wow. I feel for some of you, there's a feeling, and this could be literal or metaphorical for some of you. It's kind of like if you have a job and there's like a lot of office politics, there's a lot of like gossip or something going on, and you don't feel welcome there, you don't feel wanted there, and you don't even want to be there yourself. And so it's like, you know what, I'm just going to pack my bags and leave the situation. I'm not appreciated here. I don't feel like I am receiving what I need from this environment. And you're saying, universe, please give me a sign, please give me a way out of the situation. And you are fully prepared for that new beginning. Your wish will be granted. And I feel that because you've taken this initiative, because you have listened to the universe and you've followed your intuition, you're changing your timeline, you're changing the direction of your life, and you're going to be greatly rewarded for that. I also feel once you step into the Fool energy, or you're ready for a new beginning, that helps tremendously with your anxiety. I do feel, and it may not be, clinical anxiety. It could just be a feeling of unease for some of you. But even though right here, you're not holding that new beginning in your hand, you still feel much more whole than you did over here. Look at that. You have the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from something that's no longer working. I feel you gave it your all. You did what you could. Look at these two cups teetering on the brink of falling over. See, that's the thing with this Tower card. The lightning hasn't hit the tower yet, but you see the writing on the wall. You can feel the energy. It's not meant for you anymore. And it's time to go. It's absolutely time to go, because it is just a matter of time. This is such a delicate balance right here. There's nothing that you can do in this situation anymore. There's nothing you can do. That's just it, right? There's nothing you can do. And starting over is going to have massive benefits for you. So let's say that you did try to stay in this environment. It would always be this way. It's not going to be repaired. You within this environment does not work together anymore. So let's see what else you have. Yeah, the Three of Swords. I feel this is a very painful process for you. Absolutely. I just get a sense that someone here watching this was betrayed by, it could be a romantic relationship. It could be betrayed by an employer, a friendship, even betrayed by a situation where you had such high hopes for a situation and it never came to fruition. Something that I feel you couldn't wrap your head around for some time. But once you do wrap your head around it, it's like there's nothing else to do but walk away from something. I feel it's very, very painful at first. But it's like this card, I feel like this card should almost be in between the Tower and the Fool card here. Because when you first walk away from the Tower card, which we're seeing right here with the Eight of Cups, it's scary and it actually provokes more anxiety in the very beginning. But once you step into the Fool card, I feel all of that just erases. You realize that you made the right decision, that you're on the right track now, and the only way to go is forward. So then that anxiety starts to naturally decrease just simply because you're no longer in this energy here. The Five of Wands, it was just a losing battle. There was nothing that you could do. It was like you were trying and trying and trying to manifest something, to create something, and there was a lot of resistance that was coming up. But where you're going is so much better. Everything's going to come into alignment for you. And I feel like you left at the perfect time. Whatever situation this is, you did or will leave at the perfect time. Because it's I mean, it was just on the brink of collapse, and I feel like you're leaving right before everything completely collapses. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You're setting a foundation somewhere new. I feel you're not leaving completely empty-handed from this prior situation. You have some sort of, well, there's a lot of strength, but you have some sort of vision for what you want going forward. And I feel like you gained a skill or you learned a lesson or something from this previous situation that you're going to take with you as you go forward. And Spirit says take your time. You don't need to jump into anything right away. Take some time to heal from the prior situation, receive closure from that prior situation. But I am hearing that everything is going to be worth it, because where you're going, like a new situation that you're going into, your energy matches that new situation. So effort that you're putting into something, it's just like very reciprocal. Whereas before, it was even worse than not being reciprocal. It was like almost like some of you are being used or something. Almost like I keep feeling like there was a sense of like free labor, like working for free, which that may not be the literal situation, but maybe you weren't being paid your worth, or maybe if there was a person involved, it was a lot of emotional labor that you were putting into a relationship or a situation, and it's like you deserve so much more than that, and you will receive what you deserve. Yeah, look at this. You have the Five of Pentacles. I just keep getting this feeling like somebody was using you, somebody was keeping something from you, somebody was hiding the truth from you. And then like they dropped the ball where they just left you standing with nothing. They left you there without anything. Or that is what you're about to miss, right? So remember how I was saying that you're leaving at the right time, because you see the writing on the wall. You know that things are falling apart, and you're leaving right before everything crumbles to the ground. So there's a couple things with this Five of Pentacles. Some of you feel like you're leaving with nothing. You're just like not even going to pack your stuff, and you're just going to take off and go, metaphorically speaking. But when you do, you find the solution, you find the answer to the problem. And what you're stepping into is that reciprocal energy that I was feeling. The other thing that I'm getting from this Five of Pentacles is that you have free will. So if you choose to stay in the Tower and not move into the Fool card, that is your choice. Spirit is saying that it will be much easier on you if you make the decision to move on, which we're seeing here with the Eight of Cups. Either way, it's still going to be painful and a feeling of, being uncomfortable when you go through this transition. So that's unavoidable. But If you stay and let things fall apart around you, I feel that it's going to be more unsettling, I guess we could call it, where you may have had a thought like someone's being deceptive, someone is doing something behind my back, but you may not have 100% proof. But if you stay, what's going to happen is you are going to get proof that that is going on, and someone is going to leave you in the dark. Someone is going to allow you to fall, like take the fall for something or something like that. And then it's even more painful because then it takes you a little bit longer to heal from the situation than it would if you just took the initiative to step out of it yourself. So I hope that makes sense. There's definitely a lot of intricacies to your situation, so I'm trying to get them all out there for you. All right, so you have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so you're in a struggle right now and it's coming to an end. Whether you step out of it or you stay in it and you let everything crumble around you, it's coming to an end. There's no way around it. It is coming to an end. But that is bringing on this new beginning. Once this ends, that's when the healing starts. The healing begins once you let go of this particular situation. Because again, there's a sense of you're doing everything on your own and you're not being recognized for that, or somebody knows that you're doing everything all on your own and they're happy about that. They're glad they don't have to do any of the work. Something is incredibly off balanced here. And it could also be where you're just feeling like this situation is no longer you. It just no longer fits with your energy, your goals, you know, things like that. So it's time for changes in your life. You have the 4 of Swords. Yeah, you're exhausted. You're absolutely exhausted. You cannot keep going on like this for much longer. There's something new on the horizon for you. That's exactly why the intensity of the situation that you have going on here keeps feeling amplified, because there's a new opportunity coming into your life and the universe wants you to be ready for it. So Spirit says to rest and rejuvenate. And the thing is that you're going to rest and recover and rejuvenate much quicker if you leave the situation on your own. Then you're going to be ready for this new situation much quicker. The Hangman. Yeah. So I definitely feel like okay, so some of you have been waiting for a sign. Some of you have been trying to get evidence of something underhanded or shady going on. And Spirit says that if you need more evidence, you will receive that very soon. And then for others of you, Spirit says that you are upon the enlightenment. Like right now, you are seeing things for what they are. Something's not right with the situation that you are in, and there's nothing that you can do about it except walk away from it. So, you know, it's interesting with the Hangman here. What Spirit is showing me, because you can see this picture here is upside down. So Spirit says that the signs are there. You're not misinterpreting anything. Listen to your gut and come up with a plan to exit the situation. And I'm telling you, as soon as you do that, the healing starts. As soon as you do that, you start to feel better. So you have the 3 of Wands. And the other thing, as soon as you do that, something else comes into place. It is literally, it's like within a month that things start to shift for you. Things start to come into alignment for you. Not only do you have a picture going forward in your mind, like this vision here of what you want to see going forward, but these things start appearing literally like out of nowhere almost, where everything starts to come into alignment for you. And you just give birth to this new situation and everything just starts to flow for you almost effortlessly. Because all you needed to do was take a step away from this situation over here. The Emperor. So literally everything that I just said is, what the Emperor is holding here in this card. So do you see how there's a curtain here? I feel that that curtain was closed, and literally all you had to do was open the curtain and take a leap of faith with a new life that you want for yourself, and then it all happens for you. So for some of you, what would make you feel more comfortable is before you leave the situation, start coming up with a plan. The writing's already on the wall here. There's nothing else you can do. Start coming up with a plan to get out of the situation and what you're going to do going forward. With the Fool card, you don't have to have the entire plan laid out. Just, have an idea of where you want to go. And I'm telling you, it's like magic where your wishes are granted and everything falls into place for you. So that is your reading. A lot of interesting energy going on here. I wish you so much luck with this. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the purple butterfly, and this is your card number 7 and momentum. So I feel like things are definitely going to pick up for you regarding changes in your life. And I feel like these are changes that you have been expecting, changes that you have wanted to make. I feel like something may have gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, or there may have been some kind of delay or something, but that's about to change for you. I feel some of you could be receiving some sort of news or a gift that's going to help you move forward. It's almost like jumping forward a little bit quicker than what you had expected because you were kind of at a stalemate for a minute. It just feels like there was some sort of delay. You had to wait something out, and that is coming to an end. So you will be moving forward. This could even be like if you were trying to find an answer for something or you're trying to figure something out, you have figured that out. And so you're going to be moving forward. And I feel like for some of you, there may be a lot of factors at play here, a lot of different elements, a lot of different things that needed to fall into place for you to move forward. But I do feel like you will be receiving some sort of confirmation fairly soon regarding a direction that you're going or momentum starting to pick up for you. And then on the clock here, I believe this is 8:48 is the time on this clock, so that may have some sort of significance as well. So let's look at your other cards. And oh, you know what the other thing that I noticed? So you have the red on this card, and then you have the purple butterfly. And if you look at the color wheel, these colors are next to each other, like I think it goes from red to purple, doesn't it? Where the red starts to merge into like a purple red, like a red purple, and then you go into like the violets and the purples and things like that. So I feel like you're moving in the right direction for changes that you want to see in your life. And I feel that things are going to kind of seamlessly move into the next part of your plan or something like that. So let's look at your other cards. What else can you tell us thank you, for group number 3? Okay, so let's look at the one that came out face up. So you have number 34, Strawberry Moon, Manifestation, Optimism, Raising Your Vibration. Wow, that's pretty powerful. So I feel like you're definitely stepping into new beginnings and changes in your life, things that you've been manifesting. I feel like you're going to start to see those things being presented in your life. So some of you will be presented with a new opportunity, especially where before there wasn't an opportunity. I feel that now there is, and I feel this could be something that you've been thinking about for quite some time. Some of you are making changes in your life. Like you've had this idea for a while about something that you want to accomplish or something that you want to do, but you never found the right time or the right moment. And now it's finally that time for you. So things are going to come together for you, I feel, quite magically. So have optimism, especially if you've been kind of delayed or stuck. Things are going to shift for you. Things are coming together for you. So you have number 40 in Cold Moon, completion, embrace the quiet, rest, and reflection. Yeah, this makes so much sense because I feel like this is where you've been. Things have been quiet. Things have been coming to an end for you. But then I feel like it's almost like you had a false start with something where you started to move forward with something, but then your plans got delayed. So you had to kind of like backtrack a little bit and just sit there and wait. And Spirit is saying that this is perfectly fine. You're not like, this isn't going to last forever. There's some significant reason for this, and I'm not quite sure what that is yet. I feel like, you may just need to heal from something or finish something. There could be something that, like, it could be like a connection with something that wasn't quite complete yet, or it could be something in your current environment that wasn't 100% complete, but it is coming to completion. Your road here with the delay that I was feeling with this very first card, that is coming to an end for you. So Spirit says, in the meantime, you have nothing to worry about. Things are going to shift. You are going to get back on track and things are going to move. And I feel like once they start moving, they move, you know, pretty quickly. So just kind of embrace this time to take care of yourself and focus on where you're going. What else can you tell us for group number 3? You have number 14 and fertility, new moon. So the energy that I'm getting here is this cycle that's changing for you. So going from, you know, the embrace the quiet, like you might want to do before you have a child, right? So some of you maybe, you know, will be giving birth, but for the majority of you, what this is saying is things are going to pick up for you, and they're going to pick up quite significantly, very, very quickly. So kind of embrace the quiet, the what is it? The quiet before the storm. However, this is going to be a positive storm for you. But there's going to be a lot of activity that happens with this new beginning that you have coming in here. A lot of things to do, a lot of things to take action with, a lot of things to put into place. So just know that you are still on track. Everything is aligning perfectly. There's perfect timing with everything. Things are going to balance out for you. And just prepare yourself for all of this activity that's about to come in. And then you have number 22 in transition, all moon phases. That makes so much sense, doesn't it? So first of all, you have number 22. So that's very important here. Some of you may have been seeing the number 22 or 222, anything like that. And that's because you're going through a transition right now, right? I feel like you have a lot of optimism about your future. I feel you're leaving something behind that you outgrew. I definitely feel like you're leveling up, you're raising your vibration, your energy. And I feel like with these new beginnings, you're stepping forward with a sense of excitement. I feel there is a little bit of fear involved, but there's more excitement than fear. I feel it's like excited for your future, excited for these new beginnings, excited for this change that's about to happen in your life. And it is going to be a transition, especially in the beginning, because I feel there's so many details to take care of. There's so many things to do, but Spirit is showing me that you're going to handle that amazingly and everything's going to fall into place quite well for you. What can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3's life is about to change. What can you tell us about that? All right. Okay, that one wanted to come out down here too. Okay, so you have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, interesting. So I feel that something significant that's changing in your life is that you are about to pursue something that is in your heart. Again, I just keep feeling like this is either something that you have hoped would happen in your life, but you've had this hope, you've had this vision for a very long time, like a very, very long time. Or this is something that you're supposed to be achieving, something that is part of like your soul contract, and it's finally the right time for you to move forward. So whatever this is, it could be moving into it definitely feels like you're moving into a new era in your life. It just seems to be a very significant life change, or something that's going to bring significant life changes with it. So you could be moving somewhere, changing careers, maybe you were in a marriage for a very long time and now you're single, and now you're kind of restructuring your life, and you're going to go after your hopes and your dreams that you never had the opportunity to do before, because maybe you had, a spouse and children and, a career and all that. And now it's like, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to do everything over again. So for some of you that could be literal, and for others of you, it's more kind of metaphorical. And some of you are just working on a project and things were kind of at a stalemate. They were on hold for a little bit of time. And now you're getting the green light to go forward with these plans. And once you move forward, once you step into these plans, it's going to be pretty life-changing for you. So let's see what else you have. Look at the 10 of Cups. So definitely you will be receiving significant success. You will be making significant progress with your manifestation. So you have every right to be optimistic about your future with this idea that you have. Delays aren't going to last forever if you've been experiencing delays with this. And also, I feel that is also talking to the cold moon card here with embrace the quiet, rest and reflection. It seems like this is a time for you to have self-care, to take care of yourself, to put time and energy into yourself and doing things that you want to do. Anything that helps to like up level your energy, your vibration, things like that. Because I'm seeing like where you're going. It's like where you're going, the energy is very pure. It's very vibrant. It's very much alive. And I don't know, what is this with your energy? It's like you just kind of slide into this new life, and then all of a sudden everything is blossoming for you. Everything is coming together for you. And I really feel that you have literally everything that you've wanted once you step into this new situation in your life. So you have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so with this card, I am definitely getting the energy again where this is something that you've been waiting for so long. You've been putting so much time and effort and energy into things. I feel like you've been planning things. You've been researching things, and you're going to be setting your roots somewhere new. Whether you're moving somewhere or starting, a new career, whatever it is, you're going to be very much embraced within this new energy. The universe is going to bring everything that you ask for right into your life. You're going to be rewarded for following your heart, following your intuition, your instincts, everything like that. So there is massive potential for where you're going. The Fool card. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Wow, that's interesting. There's a little fairy here that's packing something in the little knapsack, backpack, whatever you want to call that there. Yeah, you're leaving something behind. You see the book here? And it's interesting because I feel like you had a plan and your plan was put on hold for some time. With the momentum card here, right? Something is now gaining momentum, or it's about to gain momentum. But for a while it was stalled here. So Spirit says if you're still in the energy here where things have stalled, keep going. Oh, and you know what? I'm seeing that the color wheel again, with this little arrow here, and it's like how I was seeing the color wheel before. Oh, that's so interesting. And I feel like that is definitely pointing to the transition, because you're transitioning from the red color to the purple color. So I don't know if that has any significance for anyone, unless some of you are going into like, or you are in fashion or painting or home design or something like that, where colors would play a very prominent role in something that you're doing. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so, but I feel like things are starting to align for you, where if you're not already feeling that transition, feeling like you're actually finally moving from an idea phase into an action phase, you know, going from that planning into action, that is going to happen for you. And some of you, okay, when you had a plan of action and then things were delayed, and with Embrace the Quiet, some of you came up with an even better plan going forward, and that, or you will if you're in this right now. And that's why Spirit is saying embrace the quiet, because if you look at the Fool card here, where this book is left behind, I feel like this is the book right here where you had written down some plans, you had some ideas, and you're saying, you know what, I've come up with an even better idea because now the Fool has this book. So yeah, I just feel like any delays that you had are allowing you to, or giving you the opportunity to come up with an even better plan going forward. The Judgment card, yeah, definitely. It's kind of like seeing things differently, having a chance to move forward, seeing that it's time for you to make changes in your life. And it's undeniable. And it's really time for you to pursue something that has great meaning in your life. Everything is going to balance out for you. Everything is going to work out. So don't be discouraged by any delays, because I feel delays are there for a very significant reason. Either to get complete and total closure on something, or to get a new idea on something, to let go of something. That with this downtime you can see, oh, maybe there's a little flaw in my plan, or, you know, maybe I'll just let go of my plan altogether and just kind of see what happens, right? Something like that, it seems to be happening here, but it's all to your benefit. Yeah, look at that, the Knight of Wands. Look at these cards, look at that energy. So you're definitely picking up momentum. You're on the road to go after your dreams, go after what you've been waiting for. And I feel like, what is going on here? It's, you know, because it seems kind of foggy down here, and then you have all the clouds on this card. So I feel this is just showing that you're finally able to move forward. There are no delays. And I feel like some of you may have been a little bit impatient regarding these delays. But Spirit is showing me that you're actually going to be grateful for one reason or another that you had those delays. And because it seems to be something about where you're going, you have a new idea regarding how to plant your roots in this new situation, something about the energy shifting just ever so slightly, but it's going to make like a huge difference with your plan going forward. And I do feel that it's not only picking up momentum, but there's also nothing else to stand in your way of moving forward. The Two of Cups, yes. So things are going to come together for you. Definitely in the most perfect way. And some of you may have had a delay because there was something missing from your plan, and you're finding that missing piece here. And as soon as you find that, that delay is over and you can move forward. But yeah, absolutely. Things are coming together for you. Your life is changing in a way that everything is coming into balance. There's a tremendous amount of emotional fulfillment that you are going to be feeling regarding all of these changes that you have made in your life. I also feel like, I mean, some of you could have a new relationship that's coming in. So let's say that if you had a plan to move somewhere, or a plan to change careers or something like that, and everything was put on hold, I feel that when things stalled, there was an absolutely significant reason for that, where you could, in the meantime, meet someone or talk to someone who kind of gives you a new perspective on things, and then your plan shifts a little bit so that it's even like that much more perfect. But things are coming into alignment for you. Yeah, you have the Justice card. Things are coming into alignment. Things are coming into balance. It just feels like there's something about your idea that is even stronger than it was before, and you are receiving exactly what you need from the universe. There's a lot of abundance, so much abundance with where you're going, because I feel like the abundance that you're going to find on this new journey, this new path that you're going to go on, you couldn't necessarily find that where you were. For one reason or another, it just wasn't possible in that environment. And I feel part of the reason why is because your energy wouldn't be reaching its full potential in that prior environment. But where you're going, you're raising your vibration. Your energy is, I mean, you have so much passion for something. Your energy is kind of directing your path. And with that, you're also attracting things that have that same vibration, that have the same energy as you. And that's when everything balances out. And I feel like it's going to be an interesting path for you. I feel like there could be some twists and turns coming up, but it's all going to be very interesting and very worthwhile. So positive twists and turns. So here's the King of Wands. So this is showing me that you're overcoming any issues, any problems that you had, any delays that you had here. Those are being fixed. So you're solving any problems that did come up on your path. And also, with this transition that you're going through, I feel like you are effectively solving any problems to a lack of growth that you may have been seeing in your life for some time. Maybe not for a very long time for some of you. For others of you, it could be that you've felt like something's been missing your whole life, and that's about to change for you. Yeah, absolutely. Because I feel whatever you're stepping into, you have passion about this when you step into it. But once you're living it, once you're in that environment, your passion continues to grow, and you understand 100% that you made the right choice in moving forward with this idea and stepping forward into this new environment. So you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, this is showing that there was some sort of delay. And it's also showing me that there could be some sort of insight that you are supposed to receive when you had this delay, which is exactly why you have rest and reflection on your card right here with Cold Moon. But it's interesting, you know, with Cold Moon, you have, first of all, you have completion. So it's like something is complete without a doubt, but before you take the steps on your new path with the Fool card, you're supposed to sit for a minute. So you're already in a transition, right? You've already allowed something to come to an end, or it is in the process of coming to an end. And then you close that door and you sit for a minute before moving into the new phase. And by doing that, I'm telling you, there's some sort of insight that you gain that helps you on your path forward. And you see this little angel putting something into the backpack here. It's kind of like that could be that little addition to your plan, something a little bit surprising, but it's like it couldn't have gone any better. And this is all because you stopped for, you know, a brief moment in time before moving forward. So the Seven of Cups, yeah, so you have contemplation again here. So I just feel like when you have this delay, things didn't stop. You're still actively pursuing what you want. You're just taking a minute to assess things and, look at your plan, make sure everything is set in place. Do you want to change anything? Do you want to keep things the way they are? Do you want to add anything? Because you can see this person here is potting these plants, and it looks like there's some soil here, and this person is actively putting this plant into the pot here, but pauses for a minute to think about something. And so I just feel like it's thinking about something that's going to enhance your journey going forward. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what is going to happen for you. So you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, I love this so much because once again, I feel like this is something you've been planning for a while. You've been taking the steps. You've been doing research. Some of you may have traveled somewhere to gather information about your situation, and then you went back home and you started integrating that information that you received into your plan, and it's going to take off for you. I feel like you have spirit guides helping to guide you all along. And even any delays, anything like that, that was by design. So Spirit says, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be very successful with whatever this is that you are stepping into. If this has anything to do with changing careers or starting your own business or looking for a new job, stepping into a promotion, anything like that, what I'm feeling is that you're going to have a lot of activity around this. There's a lot of popularity, recognition, you slowly but surely perfecting something and becoming quite masterful with what you're doing. And it's like you're perfecting a talent or a skill, something like that. You're going to get noticed for that. I feel that you will make a lot of money regarding whatever this is that you're doing, if this is career-wise. And Spirit is saying to follow your heart, especially if this has something to do with career or moving. So literally moving your home or moving something in your life that will create significant changes. That is how you're going to win. So follow your heart, pursue a passion that you have, and you're going to find that you are in the perfect place. There's so much growth where you're going, and you're going to be so incredibly happy, and you're going to feel so incredibly blessed. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.